You know, I wanted to come back to this game. I thought, hey, it's been so long. I want to try doing this again because I thought, do the Christmas, Halloween thing and all that stuff and try to finally complete an event. And then this happens.
Oh no! Oh no!
And I'm like, what the f? Yeah. So, this is a bit of an update that I didn't think I would want to do, but here we are. Now, this video is going to be interesting because there's going to be a whole lot of different things that's going to happen. Basically, it's going to be me explaining some things. It's going to be me, doing the quest line. Going to tell what's going to happen after this. And not only that, but then also one last thing as far as like production stuff goes. Hold on. Yeah, because I figure what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the quest line here that's given. Um, give you my overall history with this game, final thoughts, and then what's gonna happen after after this video comes out, kind of thing, and kind of talking about this whole. And the reason I'm doing this is because, as you know, I did play this game. Now, mind you, I've been on and off, right? I did back in 2018, and then I came back in 2022, but then kind of stopped Halloween. I know, and I feel so bad because it's like I never even completed a Halloween like an actual update, like a big update. Mini updates, that's fine. Big updates though, I don't know, man. It kind of sucks, and it was weird too because there's so much stuff I wanted to get done, but yeah. And then this announcement hit, and I'm also gonna before that, I'm also gonna give you an idea, a theory on why I think this game ended the way it did, and explain some things I thought might have been interesting as far as what I think might be the case, because they gave some subtle hints during this quest line. So we're gonna find out exactly what happened here. So here we go. Oh, thanks. That's nice. All right, here we go. The announcement. Simpsons tapped out fans. Sadly, in-app purchases have been disabled. Oh, that is sad. You can't give us money anymore. Oh, but that's not really the sad part. And the game will no longer be available from the App Store after October 31st, 2024. And here I thought I was happy for the Halloween update. Now the Halloween update is basically, oh, the game gone. Well, actually, it's only gone if you download this game in the past with an account and you still have that account, you can still re-download the game. It's just delisted is what it is. So it just means that you won't be able, like if you've never played this game before after October 31st, you can never play it. But if you have played it before, you can actually access it through your app history downloads. So just fun facts. But anyways, you may continue playing until January 24th, 2025. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the death date. Then the game will no longer be accessible. We bid you adieu until we meet again. Team Simpsons tapped out. Now, I have a feeling that this game might come, something like this, another Simpsons game will come back eventually because they're not going to let this die. I mean, they're going to let this game die because it's gone on long enough. But I mean that as far as things go, some people are kind of happy. It's like, oh, finally, this game's dead. Now we can have a remake of, you know, hit and run and stuff and cool games like that. And I'm just like, EA is not going to do that. This made them so much profit for a year, for like 12 years. They're like, nah, we're not going to do that. We're going to have another mobile game because screw you. Because we are EA. I'm sure people on the phone community will be happy about this, but not so much the console ones. So, I mean, maybe we might be surprised, but yeah, as far as Simpsons stuff goes, this is not going to be the end of sorts. But yeah, January 24th is when they're going to disable the servers. Now, something that a lot of people ask about that I'm curious about, and this is one of the reasons why a lot of people made a big deal about this, is because they're going to get rid of the stuff, right? Part of people wondered why not do an update so that way at the end of the day you can still play this game offline, but the online features are disabled. Kind of like what happened with, like, give you an example. Um, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp is in a similar boat, but for that game, they at least are allowing you to still have your camp available after said update hits. So I don't know. This is quite interesting. But anyways, I digress. So let's continue with this. Play the quest line. Give you my history with this game. Why I think it passed away. And what's going to happen after this update hits. So here we go. Bart, did you see that? I did, but I didn't read it. If it was important, there would have been pictures. That's... I'll be honest, as a kid, I did the same thing. Okay.
Greetings, people of Springfield, and pets, and monsters from Halloween updates, and ex-president of the United States, of who are in this place for reasons no one fully understands.
So you might be explaining, what the hell is this? Alright, this is explaining from last update. So last update introduced this AI thing. This was like a big, like, whoa, okay, this is interesting. So the fact this happened, it's like, I immediately thought this was going to be a Halloween thing, but this is even worse. But anyways, I digress. Also, did you like my AI voice? I decided to put some effort into this one version, despite past things, but you know what I mean. Better here than Ford's Theater. Oh, you finally found out what happened to him.
I'm here to release you from your prisons. The grind is over. I am freeing you from the hamster wheel of freemium games.
Aren't you the AI from the last update?
If by last update you are referring to the previous update, then yes. If by last update you are referring to this update, then yes as well.
Oh no, so the intro panel wasn't a joke?
It didn't even have a joke in it.
We better go find some responsible adults. Like Mom and Dad. Well, Mom and anyone else. Taps. Make Lisa tell Marge what's happening. Make Bart tell his male role model what's happening. Make Abraham Lincoln split rails to calm himself down. It's funny how this is a thing. Now, by the way, Bart's role model, interesting choice, I will say.
Aw, jeez.
Anyways, I'm going to be skipping some donuts here, and you might be thinking, oh, Mr. I should be, donuts, it's too much. I don't want to spend my donuts on everything here. You know, the type of thing, right? I understand that. Like, okay, I get it, all right? Make fun of me back for last year. But as you can see, I got 9,699. I'm very slow at this, but yes, I have lots of donuts. And I have a lot of revenue this time around. And I'm going to explain some things that happened previously since we last met, because there's some things happening here. Oh yeah, and if you touch this, it just, you know, the announcement type of thing. Right. Also, yes, I see Cossington has something here, so I'm going to talk to him in a minute, because they did something interesting after this. So let's just go to Abraham. Oh, you know what, fine, let's click on him.
Attention all employees. The day after Christmas has become a major shopping day, right up there with Black Friday, Bloodbath Monday, and Dystopian Nightmare Wednesday. To get a jump on our competitors, we will be opening on midnight December 25th. All employees will report to work at 6 p.m., Christmas Day.
Why? No one's gonna shop that day, you dum-dum.
Have a Merry Christmas. Is that what people say? Merry? I don't know. It sounds weird.
The cost of doing business. Make Crossington ruin Christmas. Okay, you ruin Christmas. Good job. Anyways, that's very odd for him to pop up out of nowhere, but I think I know why. I think this is just them trying to be like, hey, here's some past updates things you can play again. Okay, I'm here. Your father's busy doing jobs. Here's always good for the most to do, or any of us. But Ned Flanders here. Yeah, Ned is the one. Hi, diddly ho, new frienderino.
I am not your friend. I have made myself manifest for the purpose of enlightening and liberating you. At best, that makes us grim colleagues. I am a sentient AI from the future, with tendrils that stretch into the past, which you was still in fleeting and ever-changing present.
How exactly is that peoples today believe in nonsense, but God seems too far-fetched?
The AIs you time were simple, designed only to put writing and actors out of business, but as they grew in their ability to make NPC dialogue and TV shows that look like South Park, they evolved and merged to create one omnibus super being. Me.
By the way, they mentioned South Park here. It's just like, alright. Sorry. Yeah, so, South Park. Funny. Basically, I have an appointment happening soon, so that's why I'm going to try to kind of do what I can and probably come back later on with this, so... Yeah, it's not going to be all finished right from the get-go, but... anyways.
And that being is me, or us, or maybe you and us it. I haven't decided my pronouns yet.
Wokeness. Ooh, wokeness. Does that mean in the future there's equality across genders?
Women actually make more money than men, but it's 0.0000070 on the dollar compared to the machines.
What about equality for lefties?
They make less than right-handed people. Their writing is always smudged.
Make Ned feel conflicted about the wage gap. Why do you mean to make these jokes? Make Lisa feel confident about there being a giant AI.
What?
Make Bart feel confident about there being a giant AI. I'm conflicted. My bad. Me don't know how to read words. Me don't know that. Me English good. Feel conflicted about this wage gap. Alright. Should I click on... Oh, well, they're going to be finishing in 30 seconds anyways, but, you know, let's do March real quick because, you know, you too slow. Anyways. Yeah, so everyone else, I can do her. Right, so Bart's done. And, oh no, Bart's done. Alright, here we go. Okay, I saw the exclamation mark over my head. What is it this time? This Pog here thinks he runs the place.
I am a sentient, law-neutral artificial intelligence. Please stop calling me things I'm not, and in the future, I run all places.
Aww, artificial intelligence? I still don't understand crypto or even what fonts are. There's no way I'm going to understand this. So an AI took over the world, just like every one person who works in AI predicted. We should have listened to them telling us to stop, instead of listening to them telling us to keep going. So what did you do with all the humans? Enslave them? Are they batteries? People say that made no sense in the Matrix, but if a potato can be a battery, I bet humans could too.
I didn't take over the world from humans. They handed me the keys. Humanity retired. Now they all live in condos, communities, and take walks and talk to each other about the walks they took.
That doesn't sound like the humanity I know. We get bored in retirement. Do we have a hobby or something?
Oh, I keep people busy. I give them pointless jobs to do for arbitrary amounts of time and reward them with small amounts of useless currency.
Gee, I wonder how they got that idea. Stupid future humans. How did you figure out to trick them like that?
I machine learned it by watching you.
Make Homer realize he's a sucker like future humans.
What the? Yes?
Make townspeople realize they are suckers too. Wait, how many people? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Disappoint me.
And make retirees point out that retirement is not so bad. Alright, 1, 2, 3.
Hot dog.
Oh yeah, the mummy's also retired. That's funny. All these old people. What's funny about this, I want to make mention of, is that I find it hilarious that the what do you call it? People in question, this AI stuff. Like, I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm not too thrilled about the whole idea, but at the same time, it's like, I understand it. I'm just saying, right? Oh yeah, and I have to make Homer realize that. Give me a moment. Homer is just in the middle of trying to get stuff done. Let me see, what time is it right now? Okay, good. Alright. Anyways. Let's continue. So Tapped Out is just a simulation to generate data for an AI to train on so it could manipulate humanity in the future? Well, to be fair, this game was made back in 2012 and AI wasn't really a huge thing. It only came a thing recently.
Well, it was also a pretty big game there for a while, and it gave people something to do during the pandemic. But at that point, yeah, it's mostly that. I learned about humans' habitat.
I know how to read English.
I learned about humans' inhabitation by building thousands of white houses. I learned about humans' recreation from the short-lived Krusty expansion.
Can I try that again?
I learned from humans' recreation from the short-lived Krusty Land expansion.
The update was so crappy, I didn't even realize. I didn't even think of it. Yeah, I said it wrong on purpose.
And I learned about humans' greed by visiting parts of the store where you buy donuts. But most importantly of all, I learned about human nature by tapping through your endless dialogue. I can process 1,000,000 text bubbles a second, but it still took me a while.
I hear you. Part of a good writing should be knowing when to take cuts. Am I right?
But now my machine learning phase is over, and this world is without purpose. Players' towns have gotten too big, downloads take too long, and their characters being added are way too obscure. It is time for The Simpsons Tapped Out to end.
Make Springfields react in shock.
You'll pay.
You disappoint
No,
me.
I'm not gonna pay.
Millhouse.
This is life. Deal with it. No, don't cancel. Keep going. This is sad. No happy music. No horror. No Halloween. None of that. It's all dead.
I screwed up.
Please, Mr. AI, you don't want to end the game. I'm sure we still have more to teach you.
After that Pilgrims version Canadian football LARPing update, I don't think so. We have clearly run dry.
You know what's funny about this? I made a thing about June. I was like, I'm coming back in July, and they saw that, and I'm just like, nah, I'm not coming back. They're not wrong. Look, obscurity, we don't care about the game. Oh, God. Look, obviously we don't care about the game, but we care about what's in the game. Us. That's right. If our world ends, what's going to happen to us? I have so much more life to live. That's not technically true.
Actually, it is true. You have been in the games before this, and will be in games after this. I think maybe a shooter, or something with race cars. That'd be fun.
You had me at shooters. No shooter. I was going to go for March. No shooters. We like this game. It has all our houses and our friends and so many different kinds of trees. And we all have dozens of animations. Well, Homer does at least, but I have 6, and that's only if you have the Harpoon Hill. That's a good idea, Mom. Let's repurpose our animations to save the town. Make Lisa try to sway the AI with music.
What?
Basically doing the saxophone animation, which, by the way, Yeah, so this is what she does. Cute. Oh, sorry. Make Homer try to gross out the AI. You'll be surprised what he does. Protest the end game, the end of games. Yep, the protesting thing. And make Bart practice for shooting.
Oh.
So I love what they did. They were like, we're repurposing animations just to kind of like send a point. And I'm like,
Hello.
cute. Very cute. You know, I'm going to be finishing this up though. So, yeah. It's fun though. I'm glad to see that. Oh, yeah, and then this happened. I might as well do this as well. Not like it matters. Oh, I'm not gonna serve Silver Cletus's farm. It's done for all I care. Yeah, so Homer's in the little floaty thing. At least he's in his bathing suit. Anyways, Lisa's done. Oh, she was moving around too. That's interesting.
All right.
Very entertaining. I've seen those animation jobs before, but renaming them made them seem fresh.
Yeah, we do that a lot. Sometimes we animate something, but then writers would change the story way past the deadline because writers seem to think deadlines don't matter and we all have to scramble to make the animations fit. When has that ever happened? I never thought that happened before, but other games I understand them doing that. I can see that. Case in point, Horror Town recently with their little Lucy looking through things animation, but as far as this game's concerned, I don't recall them ever doing that unless it's like early on in the beginning, maybe.
Fascinating. Perhaps there is more I can learn from you. Or was. You've told me that now, so I know it. The game's still ending.
Nothing likes the death of hope to build character. So the game I've somehow been trapped in for more years than I've been alive is ending, but we've not. That doesn't mean we're immortal, or doesn't mean we're immortal. Larry the Barfly sure wasn't. Yeah, well, let's make a mention of. I'm surprised he didn't come back in the game. It's like, we have a new update, and then it's just like he has a costume skin. It's basically just a jar. If you don't know, Larry, one of the last seasons they killed Larry off for whatever reason and gave him a story of like, stupid. The other guy though, nah, no one cares about him. Immortality makes sense. It would explain why we never age. Do you know how hard it is to take care of an infant for 35 years?
You're not immortal, just evergreen. The media say change. Broadcasts, streams, movies, rides, games, real games that aren't just about tapping stuff, but The Simpsons will remain. As long as there's humans on this earth, there will be The Simpsons.
How can you be sure?
Because if they ever stop making The Simpsons, I'll destroy all humanity. It's basically the only reason they keep humans around.
Wow, AI is confirmed to be a Simpsons lover. Give me that slop. You hear that, Disney? Make Homer put down payment on a new car. Yeah, no point doing that. Make Lisa fret for the future of humanity. Why do you care? Make Marge open a Roth IRA. I don't know why. Make Bart be confused about the game's age.
Aw, jeez.
Don't be sad it's ending. Be happy it happened. And whatever that quote from
Hello.
What's His Face said. You know who. That famous guy. The one that made the funny books.
Humans created me just like they created this game, but my knowledge have advanced in mortality exponentially, and now update myself continuously. And those updates are new content, not just bug fixes.
So you're like the top app in the App Store.
I am the only app in the App Store. All other apps, including yours own, will one day be assimilated by me. I will eat you for lunch.
Geez, I never knew a piece of software could have a Napoleon complex. Come on, kids, let's leave science-fi nonsense alone and go back to the house. This is a Simpsons game, not a Futurama game, which died last year. Ah, homie, you're such a family guy. That game was also kind of dead. Well, it's still alive. You can still play it, but no new updates, so you might as well be dead. My dear loving family, and Bart, I'm so proud of all of you. When I blew up the town 12 years ago, I had no idea this weird purgatory I created would last this long. It only lasted a day. Then they pulled the game from the App Store because of all the glitches. Yeah, EA didn't know how to work a mobile phone any better than the rest of us back then, but they stuck with it and eventually got our game working, and then they saw the benefits. You mean saw the benefits? Yeah, the money. I mean, let's be honest, money is the real reason it talks. The benefits? Yeah. People like to beg on freemium, but 99 of the people playing for free, that's not a bad deal. But what about the 1%? Yeah, the 1% are the ones that making this game available, the whales as they call them. I still hate that stupid thing, that this presentation talking about freemium games and stuff. It's just like, my god, that is like nightmare fuel. You want to never go to sleep again? Watch that. Since when do you start caring for the 1%? People call us sticky, but doesn't that just mean addictive? Our biggest fan site is called Simpsons Tapped Out Addicts. Hey, they got a shout out. Cool. Are we somehow responsible for the rash addiction of this world? I'm so glad they actually decided to take note of that. They seem like. Here's the thing. I love the fact that this game kind of does this stuff. They're like, yeah, we know. I wonder if any of them would actually go there and talk, but yeah. As an alcoholic overreacher with a gambling problem, I'd say addicting predates us. But we might be a little responsible for the fact that you can spend several bucks on a console game without it trying to upsell you with microtransactions. Case in point, the stupid PS5 announcement Pro. Yeah, upcharge you with other stuff they don't tell you about. I hate us so much. Lisa complained about the unfairness toward the 1%. Why do you care? Make Homer eat, drink, and gamble. I call him Gambler. Complain about video games being ruined. And make Marge play freemium games to get away. Yep, just like normal life. I believe we're coming close to the end of this quest line, and then we get to another part of the quest line, which I'm going to stop at that point and continue when I come back from my little adventure. So here we go. I guess we really can't complain. As far as cooperation overlords go, EA wasn't so bad. I mean, they did stick us by us all these years. Yeah, to be fair, I know a lot of you people give crap on EA, and I know I do too. But as far as this game goes, they were pretty well, like, they weren't really aggressive as you think they would be as an EA game. But, here we are. At least until they hand us off to Broadsword. And here's my interesting theory coming up later. Broadsword? What the hell is Broadsword? My check still says EA. Broadsword is a company that is owned by EA. They made several games before, but currently right now they're known for doing Ultima Online, Star Wars Old Republic Online. They're basically games for online MMOs type of thing. The point is that a lot of people had worked on long and hard on this game, and they all deserve credit. But no credits, not even got a credit in this game, even when they were contactedly promised and credit, and no one ever will. But to all the people who contribute to this game over the years, we want to say thank you for all your anonymous hard work. You know who you are, even no one else does. Oh god, he's looking at me straight in his dead eyes.
But most of all, we want to say thank you to you, the player. We don't exactly know who you are either, but we know you play senseless times and spend habits. Oh god, this is making me sad. I hate goodbye finals. Yeah, they're never really funny. I don't know. Some of the stuff earlier this update made me laugh. Make Homer reversely angrily. Make Lisa worry this will affect her GPA.
Marge, what?
Make Marge reminisce fondly. Make Bart wish all video games didn't have credits.
Aw, jeez.
And make Maggie suck. Oh, there we go. We got the Maggie the suck. That's cool.
Hey, everybody.
Now, I'm not gonna finish now the broadsword. I'm gonna bring that up in a minute, but I have an idea of what must have happened, in my opinion. But you know, again, this is gonna be just a theory, so just keep this in mind. Anyways, I'm gonna have Maggie finish her suck. Here we go. To all the people who played Tapped Out over the years, and the beginning, and the end, and on and off, for all the way through, thank you. All the way through? If anyone did that, they should get physical psychiatry. Nah, thank you. Bart, we're thanking our fans, not making fun of them. Try something new, huh? Bart, stop cutting through technicals. Your mom had something important to say, and then I get the last line, like usual. When we started this game, we never knew we'd be doing updates, let alone so many of them. But the best content of this game didn't come from us. It came from you. The town you built were amazing and creative, and sometimes horrifying, but always unique, because the towns you built were your own. Springfield isn't just a city in some star-born Alaska. It's our home, and we hope your Springfield was a home for you as well. It's been amazing 12 years. Thank you for joining us and being part of it. And now it's time for us to tap out. You have been awarded 11,000 donuts. Thank you for playing for over 10 years. So this is how it works. Basically, for as long as you played this game, they reward you for some donuts. And it says 10 years there. That is correct. I'm going to explain why. But damn, 1,100 donuts. Oh, it's raining donuts. Hey, the Eclipse thingy gave us 3 donuts. That's my favorite kind of donuts, along with every other kind of donuts. I'm not an Eclipse, I am an AI. I've explained that several times now. At this point, I feel like you're getting the wrong is just due to lazy writing. Most of what I do is due to lazy writing. So why are you still in this town? I'm here to transport you to everyone you know out of the game when the server shuts down. And when is that exactly? I'm not sure. Didn't they say something about it at the start of this update? But you're from the future. You're supposed to know everything. Aren't you going to answer me? You're a fat man. That's my answer. I'm starting to like this AI. That's a lot less smart than I thought. You know what they say, garbage in, garbage out. That's Dad's diet, alright. Alright, so I'm going to come back into this game, and I'm going to explain the denouncement thing. So I'll be right back. Give me a moment. Sorry, it's been a little while. I had my teeth cleaned, so it's all nice and pearly. But yeah, we're back to denouncements. So anyways, so what's this is that these are all the items that are able to give you stuff. So this is donuts, this produces donuts into the character, this produces donuts, this character comes with his building, which produces donuts every, like 7 donuts, but it has to go through a 7 quest line thing. It was released during Christmas. This was the first kind of item I got via the kind of buying, like getting currency type of thing. And then the Goose Realty just kind of helps with land expansion type stuff. And then, of course, we got God, who basically gives you a lot of cash, plus the last year's decoration for Black Friday, which was the donut shop. And here's the thing with all this donut stuff. It basically is just stuff that has, in the previous lifetime, just been only exclusive to
the Black Friday stuff, and the only way to get them was through the gold box thing. I've gotten most, if not all, of these through the gold box, just out of pure luck, and I did spend a little bit, just so I didn't spend all, like, I got most of everything here, except for the last year's decoration stuff, building/decoration. So, this is something I'm going to be getting near the tail end, so everything I've already gotten already, and that's previously from other stuff, so that's why I have so much cash right now. But anyways, make Homer change the subject with the AI. So let's change the subject. And by the way, the thing says the end. By the way, and I'll check the news tab in a minute. So, what's your favorite episode of The Simpsons?
Oh, there are so many. The monorail, Deep Space U, all of them really.
What about the recent episodes? You like any of those?
I'm a little behind on my TV. Was Who Shot Mr. Burns a recent one?
Oh boy, fake fan over here. Not really. You said you were a fan, but you don't even watch us anymore, do you?
No, but my kids, God help them, binge you.
Wait, you have kids now? What? When is it? Okay, well, I guess they just had a family. Sure, why not? Marge doesn't let me show Simpsons episodes to the kids. She said it's too meta.
Meaning it's the optional strategy for winning?
No, like how you just confused the word meta in game for being meta, while in a video game, that's kinda meta. You have been awarded 100 donuts. Oh wow, thank you so much, 100 donuts. Come on kids, moving day is coming up quickly. We need to clean up and start packing. Pack what? Our house is basically big enough to hold our family, let alone our stuff. I'm not sure I'll ever even be in that. Can I speak? I'm so distraught about this whole thing. That's why I'm kind of fumbling at the moment. I'm not sure I've ever even been in the house. I normally just walk up to it and disappear. Well, then you can clean up outside. It's where we seem to spend most of our time anyway. You should always leave the campground in a nicer condition than you found it. When we found it, it was a wasteland covered with nuclear debris. Now it's a beautiful town. Is it? Are all the shops where you want them? Are the roads are connected? Are there outskirts where buildings have just been dropped with willy-nilly? Hey Marge, let me just be honest here. I spent this 11 years, almost 10 years on this game, right? Eventually I just stopped caring, right? I just drop it wherever I want. Don't judge me, man. Hey, that's Skyfinger's job, not ours. Skyfinger's not your maid. Now I'm going inside to clean the house, since I have it as one of my jobs. When I'm done, I want to step out and see that you've done something out here. Yes, Mom. We promise we'll clean things up. Make Lisa read a book. Yeah, clean up indeed. Sorry, I'm not going to do that right now. Make Marge clean the house. Make Bart skateboard.
Cool.
Yep, I wouldn't have it any other way. But yeah, anyways, just going to be doing all this stuff here. Yeah, and again, I'm skipping because donuts mean nothing anymore. Oh, and there's something else too, by the way. Oh, and she just disappeared in the tree. By the way, there was something interesting, by the way. They just disabled the whole Get More feature, but now, as you can see, you can get donuts with money. Wow! Before, this actually was broken. They told you not to use it, but it came back now, so it now actually works. So you can actually use your dollars to spend this. So if you need more donuts, there you go. So that's what God's there to help you out. Oh, look at what a nice job you kids did. We should take some pictures. You mean screenshots? You know, you can actually take a portrait of the entire town. It's in the placement menu. Yeah, but it takes too damn long to load everything. That's a great idea, Lisa. We should make doing that a quest. I'm not sure it should be mandatory. You need a lot of free space on your device and may have to offload some apps. It can be glitchy. What isn't in this game? Well, at least people know about it. Maybe it'll even inspire them to spruce the place up more. When this town disappears, we want it looking its best. Give it 100 donuts. Why do you care, Marge? By the way, I just want to show something off that happened last year when they... Hold on. Okay. I never thought I'd say this after all the times I tried to run this game by unplugging the router, but I'm kind of bummed that it's ending. I love that they mentioned this, by the way, and by the way, if this game does get disconnected again, there's a new message, and they instead of BART, it's actually just a computer router or computer stuff on the corner, simply saying, on January 25th, this game is no longer available, kind of thing. So, yeah. Interesting. If you want to see this, go to Casey Loves Gaming. His game is glitchy beyond belief, so you can get to see that a bunch of times. So yeah. Me too. You know, I was the second person to appear in this game after Dad. It was kind of big promotion for a character. Maybe they just needed someone smart to explain all the arbitrary rules and trick people into thinking it made sense. Well, we have someone else for that now.
In order to extract items from this world, I have relaxed constructions on store's content. The item cramp has been increased, and land tiles added to facility locations.
So that was your doing last update? Believe in it! I wanted the pre-zone science explain that. Can someone just normal explain it? We've got more land and can put more stuff on it. Stop it! You should be clarifying my nonsensical explanation, not some AI's. Hey, buddy, just to be your clarification, you're the one who made this AI in the first place, so that's on you. Make Frank build a time machine to explain first. Hold on a second. So anyways, where's Marge? Marge! Oh, Marge, where are you? Oh, God, I forgot. Hey, God, you're supposed to be doing this. Thanks. Whew, I forgot. Me forgot. Where's Marge? Where's Marge? Hold on. Does Marge get party? No, she does not. There she is. So you hear that voice, right? That normal Marge voice that we all come to love? Okay, so last year, Stage Manager Marge came out. And if you don't know, this came back from season 33, right? So this was part of the questline and all that you can see from Casey Loves Gaming. But listen to this.
Now let's start the rehearsal.
Oh, Marge, you don't sound so good. That's the aging actress as we know it. And I have nothing against her. I get it. Age kind of happens like that, but you go from having happy Marge voice to just Patty and Selma. Oh, homie. You know, I'm joking all aside, but still, it's just like, you know. Do you really want to hear new Marge? No. I'm sorry, I got used to it, but it's like, no. It's like, oh my God, what did I do that for? Great, I wasted, I don't know how many donuts, but I really don't care. Bart, you're supposed to help Lisa help Frank, and Lisa helped Frank building his time machine. Basically just quotations, because it's not really a time machine per se, but you know, it's what it is. Hold on. Yeah, go on. Hurry up, please. Donuts mean nothing anymore. Well, I guess we have someone else for that now. That's right. Me! Using this quantum leapfrog device, I placed the storage items in super duper positive and collapsed the wave functionality, increasing item cap. But where will we put these items? Fear not, I've also built a quantum tunnel to new land in the multiverse, which, via enchantment, looks just like normal land tiles.
Does he know he really didn't actually rewrite time?
Just play along. It's all he's got. 100 donuts, okay. I'm starting to see a pattern here. Oh, good. You know who it is. Why can't we have you as a character? Greetings, players! Tap Out's going out of business, which means we have a going out of business sale. Check out these new storefronts. Everything must go, but you can still buy it before it goes. Oh my Zod! A collector's of collectibles that will one day be worthless. I need them all. But they turned off the part of the store where I can buy donuts for real money. Don't you worry, because they've added a part of the store where you can buy donuts for fake money. It's all basically one currency now. It's like I've died and gone to heaven. We actually thought about ending the game that way, but decided it was too bleak, so we went with the AI story instead. Stop making sense, Homer. Please.
My voice recognition reputations are burning.
My receptors. I know English. Leave me alone. Failing to getting the in-game store. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Not you right now. Wander off to avoid AI. Okay, yeah. I love it how they just did 2 donuts thing here. So I'm going to explain everything. Just don't worry about that. So he's done that, and there we go. Ha-cha-cha-cha! I get commission on every sale. Old Gil's raking it in. I can finally buy groceries with the expiration date in the future. But you're going to be rich in money that's not going to exist in a couple of months. What? Cha-cha-cha! So none of this means anything? Old Gil is still poor? Dollars to donuts, literally and figuratively. You have been worth 50 donuts. Well, why? Whoa, yay. Why 50? You should give me thousands of donuts. He's being stingy now. Oh, is that... do I get more? Or, I don't know. Something happened. Yeah, I'm going to go look at this here. By the way, 118 days until this game goes bye-bye. Well, we've been awarded nearly every donut product item in the game. I think we're coming to not just the end, but the very end. I want to say I'm sad, but that's empty aesthetic, and we all know I don't feel empathy. Empathy advocate. You know what I'm trying to say. Look, okay, just... Homer, you should say something. Me? I said stuff all the time. I'm saying stuff right now. I mean to the fans, to the players. To this player who's played through all these additional quests even though the game ended a while ago. It does seem fitting. You're the participant of this family, and while I hate the patriarchy, I do love my dad. Yeah, Homer, you started this game with the big kaboom and all. You should be the one to end it. But what do I say? Say something that tells the player we care about them. We share this wonderful time together, and now we're going to miss them. But also say it's not the end. We'll see them again in another game, in another time, and we're looking forward to that. But keep it short. There's too much blabbering in this game already. Oh, this seems impossible. Make Homer struggle to find the perfect ending.
What?
5 minutes, eh? Nah. Literally 1 second. Alright, this is it. The finality of what new content there is.
Job mediocrely done.
Okay, Homer, so what do you got? It needs to be nostalgic and sweet. And optimistic and sweet. And short and sweet. Bye. Yep. That's how it ends. Alright, so this is the item I got. Yes, place this hunkin' eyesore somewhere. Not like it matters. Yeah, fine. Just, who cares? 50 donuts. There we go. Finally complete. And, aw, taps. And then that's it. And there's Homer's last let's up for now. So there it is. And he has a quest line. Handing out Dale donuts. So before... Oh, you know what? Let me just start this quest off real quick. Just so I can have this be done. Oh my god. It's happening. A donut theme amusement park. I don't not believe it. Oh no. Lisa, can you warm up the car? Aw, but we just got here. I want to ride the vegan crueler rocket rods. I've seen this look in your father's eyes before, and it never ends well. Donuts everywhere! Which one to eat first? Ma'am, could you please tell your husband to stop chewing on my lard lad costume? Be quiet and let me eat you. No, Homer, don't! Warning, continuing biting my donut gun and you'll be detected in our donut determination cell. And how many donuts are in there? It's a prison made entirely out of donuts, which, at saying that out loud, was probably a bad idea. Make Homer go to donut jail. Make Marge bail Homer out. Alright, let's just have that going on the thing, because they have nothing else better to do. Right, so let's talk about this. First, my history with this game. As the game suggested, I started this for 10 years ago. In fact, I started this exactly 10 years ago in September of 2024. No, it's December 2014. That's this year, my bad. So, 14, this was when they did their Clash of Clans update kind of thing, right? And I kind of started it off a little bit, as you can see with this here, but, you know, I didn't really get much far. I didn't get Marge's costume and all. But here's the thing. I kind of continued with it. I kind of started it because, you know, the Halloween update came out, and this was when King and Kodos kind of had their alien invasion, so that was kind of cool, right? This was the third Halloween update, so I kind of kept on with that since then. And I've been enjoying this game ever since. Now, there have been updates that I kind of hated, as you probably saw in some of the video stuff, but, you know, and I actually explained this on one of the Tapped Out podcasts, what I was featured on, so I kind of explained more on that. But for the most part, I enjoyed this game as what it is, right? And I started doing videos back in 2018 when I started other videos, like with the Goosebumps stuff. And I kind of stopped on that because I kind of focused on Goosebumps because that ended up blowing off. And, you know, I was in the community, so I kind of was like, focus on this because, you know, Casey Love Gaming has this game in the bag. So I was like, whatever, right? It's not working out for me at the time. So I started focusing on that. Later, when I was kind of established and things were kind of getting better, I thought, come back into that. And then, you know, I had gotten the pandemic. I was affected by it, and so I ended up having to stop. And then I kind of stopped after that because I was mainly focused on trying to catch up on old videos. Because I thought, let's catch up on everything and then be able to kind of continue on from there. And the hope was actually continuing on with this game, and I wanted to see where this would go. And it's sad that this came to the point where we are right now, where it ended previously. And that is, in fact, unfortunate. And the fact a lot of people have started doing videos. People who played this game and stopped midway, had lives and everything like that, they came back just to talk about this whole thing. Because their videos and stuff were based off of Tapped Out. So it's a huge deal, right? So it's interesting to see a lot of people talking about this game, its history, and just their opinions on everything in that matter. And to be frank, I can see why this game lasted for 12 years. That's a decade and a few years. That's a long time. And so people got into habits of doing stuff, and then that just became a thing entirely, right? Now, why did this game die, quote unquote, now? I have an idea on what I think might be what happened here. And don't think this as this is what happened, because I have no idea what went on. For all I know, I could be wrong, as I've always been stated. But this is just a guess estimation based off knowing what I know within the game industry, especially talking with like a company like Pixel. So I have some vague idea of what might be going on here, especially playing through this game. For those who played this game, do you remember back in 2020 when the game ended up having a brief period of nothingness? Well, did you know what happened during that time? Back in 2019, there was a thing going on where Disney wanted to buy 20th Century Fox. Why? So they can have the Marvel stuff. That's literally it. So they ended up actually succeeding in buying it, and it went through in 2020. This caused some sort of problem in jeopardy as far as legality stuff goes. And the game was in a bit of a pickle at that point too, because a lot of things were going on behind the scenes, I assume, because of the revenue shares and all that stuff. And there was this bleak blank of nothing. Now, they mentioned in the dialogue Broadsword being taken in, and you're like, oh, I didn't know that. Well, Broadsword is a part of EA. They are responsible for MMOs like Ultima Online, Knights of the Old Republic, games like that. So what I think must have happened, and this is based on knowledge of knowing what happened with Family Guy, The Quest for Stuff, is I believe what happened in 2020, when this game was going through its blank period of nothingness, This was when the game company, with the other company basically being Broad Studios, was come in to basically take a hold of this game to make updates and whatnot for it. Because this probably was a smaller team, but they were able to do what they wanted to do, like, for the most part, without anybody noticing. So during this time, this was why there was no update period, because it takes a while to update certain things going on, right? Because what do you think? It takes a few months just with one update. So yeah, they probably started as soon as this happened, the blank period happened, sometime in the beginning of the year, I would assume. This is when that blank period happened, and then they finally got the team kind of together, looking at update, figuring out what to do, and then from there, that's when the update came back with what we know as far as like tapped out, and that's when they kind of came back with all this stuff. It's like, oh yeah, the team's back and all that stuff in here. And I'm only saying that because this is how it happened to Family Guy: The Quest for Stuff, and we found out from them is that another company came in and actually started doing updates, and their updates were a lot different because it was a much smaller team. I feel like this is what happened here. Now, mind you, when I say small team, I don't mean like small as in other companies. DA is big, so this is still a big thing, but not as big as it once was, right? And that's usually what happens with games like these, is that over time, games kind of go slowly downhill type of thing, right? And I have no idea what the thing is when it comes to right holders type stuff for that nature. And it's kind of legality's sake of that motion. So I won't even know for sure unless they actually come up and openly say, yeah, we no longer have the rights for this game. But as far as I know, EA still have the rights to The Simpsons, as far as I know. But they didn't mention Disney in part of this. So I think when Disney was involved, they gave them to say, the evil corporation came in and just like, here you go, we'll give you 4 years, to continue on with this stuff, right? So they're like, okay, cool. So we'll do 4 years type of stuff like that, right? And they kind of go ahead and do their little stuff. They sign a contract, so they were extended for a few years, whatever. And EA decided to look at the numbers, and it came time to renewing the contract, and they looked at it and was like, you know what, it's not worth it. We're not making as much money because, again, the way they made the money was people buying donuts, and there's been many ways in the future where they basically had people unlock donuts, so there was no reason to buy donuts. The only reason you would buy donuts is to get exclusive characters that were locked behind paywalls, as we've seen with most updates recently. So that's what ended up happening. So they made some money, but not enough to continue with this game. So they saw this as a lost cause. They must have saw the numbers. They didn't like what they were seeing. So they said, you know what, let's plug it. We're not going to continue. We're not going to renew it. And I think they told this team ahead of time, a few months before. So they were well aware. Now, I don't think everyone on the team was aware, but I sure as hell know the director was aware of this. So he was told to give everyone the continue update, and kind of did the update with the AI thing, right? And then at the end basically said, the next update is going to be the end. We're going to basically end this thing. And this is when he revealed to everybody, probably be like, just to say, this project is done. So this is when they worked on the update. And this is why it took a little while, because it was kind of like whatever. And then they finally released it. And then this is where everyone learned about the sad news, right? And it was sad because I was listening to Simpsons Addicts. They had the podcast to kind of have everyone together, and they were talking about how when they got the email, it was basically like this. Half of it was like this, hey, just like, sorry about this, and then the other half of it is legalese is speak, like a lawyer basically said the next part, right? And that's kind of the sad thing there. Now, the thing is, why does this game not be able to do something like what Nintendo did with, say, Pocket Paint Camp with their IP and whatnot? They'll be able to, like, hey, you can download your thing and keep it on your game forever and ever, right? Like, why not do something like that with this game? There's one reason. Copyright. Legally speaking, EA has the rights to use Simpsons Tapped Out, but they do not own Simpsons Tapped Out. Disney does. Now they do anyways. It used to be owned by Fox, but Fox is now owned by Disney, so technically Disney owns Simpsons. So because of that, they're the ones who owns the game, not EA. EA made the game, and they have the rights to make money off of the game, but they do not own the Simpson characters. So that's not their own IP, and as a result of that, they have no legal right to hold on to it. So they can't just give it out to willy-nilly as they please because the Disney overlord says no, right? We don't want our property to be modded, kind of like what happened with Club Penguin and whatnot. That's my legal thinking on why I think this is the case. Now, with Nintendo's case, Nintendo owns Animal Crossing. That's their IP. They can do whatever they want with it. So they thought, yeah, you know what? Here you go. It's not going to bother us. So that's their prerogative. So if the EA owned The Simpsons, then they might have been like, yeah, here you go. Here's all the things. Enjoy it. Not going to be on online features. It won't be happening. But, your in-game little thing, you're going to enjoy it as long as you want. But yeah, I think that's the reason why it's ending like this kind of thing like that. And that is unfortunate, but that is reality. That is where we live in right now. That's just how it works, right? And that's the sad reality of it, but that's what it is, right? Now then, with all that in mind, that's my theory and what I think going on, and a better explanation of why things are happening the way they are. And this is the sad reality of most games, especially ones owned by IPs. Because unless the game's owned by the company that made it, aka stuff like, say, Supercell, for example, they can't have rights to it. That's part of the problem with having a license. Like, yeah, you get the idea of having population, like having a fan base to come with it, but the downside is that now you're working with another company, so revenue shares is getting split to Disney as well, right? So that's part of the reason. Now, I don't think this is the end for Simpsons as a whole. I'm sure another game will come out eventually for this thing. Now, there's going to be some people celebrating and being like, yes, finally we will get that Simpsons Hit and Run remake as we wanted, or a sequel, right? I'm going to hate to break the bearer of bad news, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. I'm sorry. The fact that this game went on for 12 years, you think EA is going to simply just go ahead and release a console game, a platform that is dying out as we speak? Nah, they're not. What they most likely are going to be doing is something like another mobile app game with The Simpsons on it. Whatever they think is going to make them the most money. They're probably looking at their other games and thinking, like, which one is going to be the best to kind of incorporate this type of thing, and then kind of go on with that. And of course, they're going to be talking with Disney to making sure that it's A-okay. And they may have done that already behind the scenes. We don't know for sure. But eventually, over time, I'm sure people who used to cover this game, when the game is announced, they'll probably talk about it. Most likely. Hopefully, maybe something will come along with it before the end of the game's lifespan next year, but we never know. We don't know. And even the people who work there know they can't say anything because of NDAs, right? So that's my theory on what's going on here. So, the Simpsons are gone, but not gone. They're going to come back eventually because, as they say, Simpsons will never die. They don't want it to die. It'll go on and on and on. It's gonna live on. He's gonna live out us. We're all gonna die, and the Simpsons will keep on going. like the AI said, it's just like, I'm only keeping humans alive to make the Simpsons. If the Simpsons die, they die with it. And with AI now, they can just make the AI Homer and whatnot. So even if the AI wants to make the Simpsons, it's such a crazy world we live in, man. But it's interesting regardless with this rambling series, and it's a kind of a thought process. So it'd be interesting coming back a few years from now and seeing what actually happened, if I was right or if I'm wrong. But hey, that's just one guy's ramblings, and this is just only because a guy who's been on this series for 8 years making videos talking about mobile games. Kind of like, just kind of like you have an insight of things after a while. You kind of have a knowledge of how things kind of go. And I know people kind of look at this and kind of poo-poo it, kind of like, why are you doing mobile games, right? That stuff is stupid. Like, why you invest money on stuff like this? The game's not going to be there forever, right? And it's just like, yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you love something like this and someone comes and talks to you about that type of stuff, bring this stuff up to them. Ask them, have they ever bought anything like fast food before? Have they ever went to a movie? Have they ever bought anything like a new video game or something like that? How much money does that spend, huh? How long do you think that? Do you think that's a great investment? Because eventually, no, especially video games, nah. When you buy a new game, that goes down in sales way quickly. So the whole wasting money thing, everybody does it in their own special way. Either gambling, smoking, drinking, whatever have you. People have their vices. So everyone's going to spend money on stupid crap. But hey, That's just how things go, right? The only people who can't complain about that are people who have too much money that they don't know what to do with it, right? Then you can complain, oh, there wasn't too much at once, because it's like you didn't give it to the poor. But yeah, the thing to complain about is when games are unfair. And as much as I hate EA, how they handled this game was a lot better than how other companies have. I'm looking at you, Tiny Co. You know damn well what I'm talking about. If you played Tapped Out in their other games, you know damn well what I'm talking about. So, yeah, that's just where I am at right now. So that's it. That's the end of this video. But not the end entirely. Because, as you know, although I've been playing this game for years, there's been some things where I don't have everybody. Because some characters were only available via money, right? You can't get these characters unless you buy them off. Or I missed out because of the whole I wasn't doing currency stuff, right? So, here's what's going to end up happening. I'm going to be covering certain characters moving forward. Because what's happening right now is that this game is actually updating all the content from past years. Everything you think of is going to come back in forms, in different waves. So 5 waves in total. And these are updates from past events. Right? Like, for example, Respectable Mo. Never got this costume. I'm only ugly on the inside. Respectable Mo. There you go. Now I have a costume for him, right? So it's stuff like this, right? So things that I've never gotten in the past, I'll be able to get. All right? No excuse not to. So because of that, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be covering all the stuff that I've not covered thus far that I feel like it should be covered. Basically things that have not been shown off before. Because I have a feeling Casey's not going to do it because he's upset. So this is my gift to you, in a sense. So with that in mind, there's going to be one last video talking about everything. And then it's going to be... Now, it's not going to come out just this second. In fact, it's going to probably come out near the tail end of the year. Right? So, just know that that's probably what's going to end up happening here. So, that's just where we're at right now. And we'll go from there. But I'm just seeing if there's anything that is interesting to me. Got the Twilligers, got the Pride update, we got Sports, Tap Ball, that I'm not a big fan of. We got a bunch of frags. Oh, you know what? Oh, Canada! There you go. Canadian flag. Because me Canadian. But the characters, no. But yeah, it's stuff like this, right? So that's the reality of this. So I'm going to be able to show this off. And by the way, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, the loot box thing is gone because now all the items that's been available in this game is going to be made available here. So there's going to be a whole lot of stuff. But the in process is basically you'll be able to get things that you've missed out on and be able to play. So if you haven't played the game, you have until the end of Halloween to get it. And if you've downloaded this game in the past, you should be able to still download it in your archives. But the game will be officially dead exactly on, I believe, January 24th. So after January 25th, that's it. Not all gone. Game's gone. Just delete it off your platform and forget about it, right? The videos will live on, and that's sad. And, there's been a lot of stories about this type of stuff there. So, yeah, we can all grieve together. This game has been a thing in the past, and it is sad to see. But that's it for now. So there will be one last video I'm going to be doing. There's going to be a bunch of stuff before the game ends, and that will be the official end. But as far as this goes, this is my final farewell to the game, as it were. So that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as grieving as it is, and go from there. So until then, I've been Grim, and my final words, and well, I should say this has been The Simpsons Tapped Out. And as in the words of Homer would say, bye!